June and I am in a full summer mode. If y'all haven't noticed lately, a lot of our episodes have been very centered around the summer season. We got my front porch ready. We did some work in the front gardens. We built a new deck. We built a designated fire pit in the backyard. And today we're going to jump into some DIY projects for our indoor summer decor. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you all. I am very excited to have you here. Today we are going to jump into several projects. First, we're going to do some fun DIY projects that we're going to incorporate into our summer home decor. And then after we get done with those projects, we are just going to jump into styling everything in my main living area. The grand room is what we call it for the summer season. So without further ado, let's jump into project number one. Our first project today is going to be a really fun, playful piece. We are going to make some fun jumbo jacks. So I just pulled some wood from my scrap bin. I'm using a 2x2 and a 1x1, and we will need 5 pieces for each jack. So I'm going to go ahead and measure all my pieces out and then take them to the miter saw and just cut. I'm just going to go ahead and do a dry fit here to make sure that our pieces are the correct length, and they were. And I will have the measurements for each of these pieces listed in the description box for y'all. So now back in the studio, we can start assembling these. And for the bigger one, I am going to use a combination of hot glue and wood glue. I'm using the hot glue for just instant hold while the wood glue is setting up. But for the smaller piece, because it was so small, I just went ahead and used straight hot glue. And I'm using Gorilla hot glue here, which is a really strong glue, and it does hold together really well. So I'll just go ahead and start assembling these. We're going to place one of our pieces on all 4 sides of the middle section. This is the piece I've been looking for, the very last one. So I'll just go ahead and get this attached into place, and I got a little lazy on that one and just used straight hot glue. But y'all, look how cute these are. I cannot wait to style these. They are so fun. For this project, we are going to give this vase a much needed facelift. It's a cute vase, but it's just so plain looking. And I picked this up at Goodwill, y'all, for $9.99. So it was regularly $30, and I feel like $10 was a little pricey for a Goodwill piece, but still not too bad. So I went ahead and picked it up. I think we can really give this a whole brand new look by just using some paint and some baking soda. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all the stickers. Oh, I hate stickers. Why do they put all these stickers all over things? But using your heat tool to get the stickers off is a good, easy hack because it heats the glue and makes it super easy to strip off. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and mix in some baking soda in with my paint, and I am using an enamel paint here because I just had this left over from a previous project, but you can use latex paint to do this as well. Enamel paint does stick better to glass though, just an FYI. And I want this piece to be very, very, very textured, so I am using a lot of baking soda in my paint. I think I ended up using almost a full cup of baking soda in this. And to apply the paint to our vase, I am using a big round brush. I just feel like this works the best, gives the best application for lots and lots of texture. And I am brushing this on in some back and forth motion, but I'm being very light-handed with it and kind of messy because again, we want all that wonderful texture to shine through. So I'm almost finished with this. I'm gonna get the rim a good coat, and then y'all, I let this dry thoroughly before applying the second coat, but it did take 2 coats to fully cover this vase. This is what it looks like after 2 coats, and I love it. I think it is so beautiful, and I'm loving this color. There is a lot of texture on this, but we're gonna even add more texture by adding a few layers of paint, and I'm just going to do a couple of layers of different colors here to just bring out lots of depth and dimension to this piece. So I'm using a big fat stippling brush for this one, and I'm dry brushing it. I am using a very dry brush to do this, and again, I kind of just dab it on in like a haphazardly way, just kind of a little bit all over the place with a very gentle hand. After layering on 2 or 3 different colors, I'm going to come back in with our original green color that's loaded with baking soda, and I'm going to take a big round stippling brush and pounce the paint on. And I'm not pouncing it on over the entire surface, just in random areas. It's really important that you pounce this on because you want lots of texture. We're bringing out the texture in this piece. After I do that green color, then I'm going to come in with white and do some pouncing with that as well in just a few small places. Y'all, look at this piece. Have we not transformed this into what looks like a beautiful piece of pottery? I am loving this. Our last project is going to be one that is so simple. This would be a fun project to do with your kids or your grandkids. It is literally so easy. So we're just gonna make some dice, and I got these little square cubes at Home Depot. And I'm taking my paintbrush, but I'm gonna flip it and use the bottom part of my paintbrush, dip it in the paint, and look at these perfect dots that it makes. So we are literally just going to go ahead and pounce on all the numbers of the dice using the bottom side of our paintbrush. This is so fun. And yeah, that my first one came out a little bit wonky, so I thought maybe I would try drawing it on with a pencil, but honestly in the end I gave up on the pencil and just went back to freehanding it, and these dice come out so cute. I just love this project. I love how all 3 of these DIY projects turned out. They are all 3 so cute, and the vase is beautiful. I love how we just elevated that and turned it into a whole new vase. It doesn't look remotely close to what it did in the beginning. So I'm very excited to style that. The jacks are just so much fun. They're gonna be fun to play with, and the dice, well, not play with, but they're gonna be fun to style with. Anyway, the dice are fun. That was a fun, quick project to put together, just really easy and fast. I love those kind of projects. So what was y'all's favorite? I don't think I can pick a favorite. I think in order of favorites, it would probably be the vase, the jacks, and then the dice. So what was your favorite and how would y'all style these pieces? I'm super curious to know. Let's do some decorating. Decorating is one of my favorite things. I love to decorate my home, and I love to decorate the spaces in my home to just make them feel cozy and welcoming, but I also like it to tell a story and just kind of be a little extension of who we are as a family. So anyway, we are going to go do some decorating, and I did some very bold things to this space, y'all. I decided to paint the apothecary, so we did that this week. I cannot wait to share that with you. You're going to love it. And I loved the apothecary so much that I ended up painting the island too, which just really transformed this room into a very cozy, inviting space. Because I am so excited about the apothecary, I'm loving the transformation. We're gonna start styling there, and then I'm just going to move around the room, so I'm just gonna take y'all with me as we style this entire space. I bet y'all thought we were done with projects, didn't ya? Okay, so before we move on to decorating, I just wanted to do one more thing really quick. I wanted to add some art to the space above my apothecary, but y'all, I just did not have time to paint my own pieces this week. I would love to have been able to do that, but I didn't have time. So if you are needing some really fast art pieces to fill a space, check Etsy out. That's where I got these prints. I will try to have the original source linked in the description box for y'all. But aren't these just lovely? This is such a quick, easy way to create some art on the fly. So I want to hang these on the wall in this configuration, and so I'm going to go ahead and just add some command strips to the backs of these, y'all. If you are like me and you like to move your art around and just move your stuff around, command strips are the way to go so that we're not filling up our wall with a ton of nail holes. So I love command strips. I'm pretty much a command strip junkie. I use them to hang everything. All right, so here's what we're going to start with. This is the foundation for the starting point for the apothecary. So I'm not actually going to hang this one on the wall. I'm going to let it just sit here on the apothecary like that. And y'all, I really love this. I think it makes a great backdrop for the whole this whole vignette. Then I will bring in a large vase filled with a whole bunch of flowers. And I did not actually walk y'all through the process of me putting this arrangement together, but if flower arranging is something you are interested in, let me know in the comments below, and I will do a whole tutorial on flower arranging because I do love to arrange flowers. All right, let's move on to the top of the mantle. Again, I'm starting with some art that I've just kind of layered here with these two pieces. And then I'm going to bring in a very tall plant because you all know that my ceilings in this room are vaulted, and so I have a really high point in the ceilings here. So I like to add something very tall to the top of my mantle to just kind of shrink the room down, bring the room in a little bit, and make it feel a little more cozy. Then I will just add in a simple wood bowl here full of some of these really cool nautical orbs that I believe I found these at Hobby Lobby, and this wood bowl I got at World Market. I will try to have the link in the description box for y'all. And of course, we have to add some candles to the space. I love candles. I use them even in my summer decor because they just add great ambiance. And now we're going to add in my favorite piece of this whole vignette. I absolutely love this vase. I love how it turned out. So I didn't want to overwhelm this vase with a lot of floral pieces, so I kept it simple with just a green plant. Moving into the dining room, I'm going to start this centerpiece with just an empty basket, and then I will just add in a few components here. I found this vase at Hobby Lobby, thought it would be a really darling candle holder, and my candle just happened to fit perfectly in this. Then we will add in some greenery and a couple of risers with a few more accent pieces. Y'all, I just love these flameless candles. They are my favorite ones. I love the whole look of them, and they're really bright. They have an LED light in the wick. So I will link these and link them in the description box for y'all if you are interested. Keeping things very simple on the island with just a few kitchen components and then a fun little conversation piece for the center. I just think this is kind of fun and playful. Then over on my kitchen counters, I just have a few staple pieces that are here year-round. I love to keep my cutting boards here, and my stand mixer is always on this counter. So I'm going to just kind of try to cover up that cord with this big vase filled with some big fluffy greenery. And then over by the sink, oh, and I'm also going to add in a canister here. And then over by the sink, we will just add a riser with our dish soap and hand soap and a little dish scrubby. And y'all, one thing that's kind of fun to do with your soap dispensers is mix them up a little bit. I kind of like the mix matched look. As you'll see here, I've got one that's copper and then this one's got a wood, and I just think they pair really well together, and it adds a flair of fun to this little vignette. And it's very functional too. I wanted my coffee table in this sitting room this year to be very, very playful for the summer season. So can you guess the theme here? We went with big jumbo game pieces, and I love how this turned out. It is so much fun. And so I just incorporated all of our DIY pieces. Michael turned this piece on the lathe. He was practicing, and it reminded me of a big chess piece. So we've got our jumbo chess piece, some candles, and a plant to complete the look. All right, y'all, I am loving the apothecary cabinet. I love this color. I feel like it added so much warmth to the space and gave this whole room some much needed color. I don't know, I love it. What do y'all think? Do you think I should have left it white, or do you love this green? I sure do. I hope you guys do too. All right, I'm just going to let you guys sit back and enjoy a little tour through our finished summer decor for 2023. I feel like we made a lot of changes to this space. It feels pretty drastic compared to our spring decor. I love the warmth of this, and I love the playfulness. I just think it's going to be so much fun for the summer season. Y'all will have to let me know what your favorite elements from this space have been today. Alrighty friends, that is going to conclude today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this and that I've somehow inspired you and given you some ideas for your summer decor. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I loved having you here. I loved your company, and I hope that you guys will join me again next week. We have got some fun things coming up on the agenda in the next few weeks, so I hope y'all will come back and see me again next week. Until then, y'all take care, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh my goodness. What? I already said that. I already said it's good to see you, so I cannot repeat myself. What is going on with my hair? I need to share this with y'all. And